The RMS Queen Mary, a marvel of British engineering, first graced the seas in 1936, epitomizing luxury and technological prowess. Her interiors, adorned with opulent furnishings and Art Deco details, made her a floating palace and a symbol of transatlantic travel at its finest. The Queen Mary, once a symbol of luxury, was painted grey and stripped of her opulence to serve in World War II. Her transformation was a testament to human ingenuity, adapting from leisure to a crucial wartime role. The Queen Mary earned the nickname the Grey Ghost for her speed and ability to evade German U-boats during the war. Her presence boosted Allied morale, symbolizing resilience and determination. The Queen Mary's wartime service was marked by bravery and tragedy, with lives lost to the perils of the sea and enemy action. Each loss aboard the Queen Mary was a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict. In 1967, the Queen Mary embarked on her final journey to Long Beach, California, transitioning from ocean liner to a stationary hotel and museum. Whispers of hauntings began as the Queen Mary settled into her new life, with guests reporting strange occurrences and unexplained noises. The ship, once a symbol of progress, was now known for its eerie paranormal activity. In today's episode, we will look into the ghosts that now make up the passenger list and crew of the British luxury liner, the Queen Mary. In 1934, psychic Lady Mabel Fortescue Harrison predicted the Queen Mary's greatest fame would come when she no longer sailed. Her prophecy came true as the docked Queen Mary gained popularity for its chilling tales of paranormal activity. The Queen Mary's engine room, once a marvel of engineering, is now haunted by the ghost of a sailor, a chilling reminder of the ship's past. Visitors report a sudden drop in temperature and sightings of a spectral figure, adding to the ship's haunted reputation. The Queen Mary, a floating city of steel and secrets, held within her decks countless tales of lives lived, loves lost, and tragedies that lingered long after the final curtain had fallen. Among the many souls said to haunt the Queen Mary's corridors, none was more tragic, more poignant in his demise than William Eric Stark, a senior second officer from Sunderland, England, whose life was cut short by a cruel twist of fate and a fatal case of mistaken identity. Stark, by all accounts, was a dedicated officer, a man who took pride in his duties aboard the Queen Mary. He was known for his sharp wit, his quick smile, and his unwavering dedication to his work. The Queen Mary, having survived the perils of wartime service, was once again sailing the Atlantic. It was during a routine voyage, as the ship steamed toward Southampton, that Stark's fate was sealed. Senior Second Officer William Stark was coming off duty and popped into the deck officer's wardroom to relax a bit and have a drink. He settled in and told the steward that he wanted some gin and lime juice. The other man, not the officer's usual steward, went back to the pantry and complied. Unfamiliar with the setup, however, he didn't know that the unmarked gin bottle he pulled was actually filled with tetrachloride, used for cleaning rags and the like. The steward returned and gave Second Officer Stark his drink. Unfortunately, Stark's cold prevented him from smelling tetrachloride's distinct sweetness. He threw it back and knew right away that something was not right. Stark didn't think the situation was too serious, and is said to have laughed about it to his colleagues. Chances are that he never knew what he had drunk. His condition grew worse as the hours dragged on, however, and he died a few days later on September 22nd, 1949. Deep within the Queen Mary's steel underbelly, far from the glittering ballrooms and luxurious staterooms, lay a labyrinth of corridors and compartments, a hidden world of machinery, pipes, and the constant hum of the ship's vital organs. It was here, in this dimly lit underbelly, that 18-year-old John Pedder, a fireman from England, met his untimely end, a victim not of enemy action or the unforgiving sea, but of a mechanical failure, a tragic accident that would forever link his young life to the Queen Mary. Pedder, new to the Queen Mary's crew but eager to prove himself, was a bright spark, a young man full of life and ambition. He had joined the ship with dreams of seeing the world, of experiencing the thrill of transatlantic voyages, of being part of the Queen Mary's storied legacy. He was, by all accounts, a diligent worker, a young man who took pride in his duties, no matter how mundane or physically demanding. On that fateful day in July 1966, Pedder was assigned to Shaft Alley, a network of corridors that ran the length of the ship, providing access to the Queen Mary's massive propellers. It was a hot, humid environment, the air thick with the smell of grease and the constant hum of machinery. The corridors were segmented by heavy, watertight doors designed to seal off sections of the ship in case of flooding. As Pedder went about his duties, checking gauges, tightening bolts, and ensuring the smooth operation of the ship's vital systems, an emergency drill alarm sounded. It was a routine occurrence, a test of the ship's safety systems, but on this day, it would have deadly consequences. Little did he know that his life, so full of promise, would end in a tragic accident. During the training exercise, Pedder was crushed after being trapped by the ship's watertight doors down in the engine compartment, a case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. The Queen Mary, once a symbol of human ambition, now a silent sentinel, a keeper of secrets, and a sanctuary for spirits unable to find peace. The stories of John Pedder and William Eric Stark are woven into the very fabric of the ship. As the sun dips below the horizon, shadows cast across the decks, a sense of unease lingers. Whispers of cold spots, disembodied voices, and shadowy figures are commonplace. Guests in Stateroom B 340 report feeling an icy hand brush against their faces. Near the first-class swimming pool, children's laughter echoes through the empty space. Is it joyful memories imprinted on the walls, or something more unsettling? A spectral echo of a time long past, a reminder that even in death, echoes of life linger. The Queen Mary, once a vessel of luxury and grandeur, now sails a different kind of sea where the boundaries between the physical and the spectral blur. Paranormal investigators armed with EMF readers and EVP recorders are drawn to the Queen Mary, eager to shed light on the darkness that clings to her decks. Every creak, every gust of wind sends shivers down their spines. They seek a whisper from beyond the veil, confirming the Queen Mary as a haven for restless spirits. The Orange County Society of Psychics, a séance on the high seas. The year 1985 marked a turning point in the Queen Mary's paranormal narrative. It was the year that the Orange County Society of Psychics, a group known for their alleged ability to communicate with the dead, conducted a series of séances aboard the ship. Their goal to establish contact with the spirits that were said to roam her decks. The séances, shrouded in an air of both excitement and apprehension, drew considerable media attention, further cementing the Queen Mary's reputation as a paranormal hotspot. The society, led by renowned psychic Mary Ann Morgan, believed that the Queen Mary, with its long and storied past, served as a kind of spiritual conduit, a place where the veil between the living and the dead was thin, allowing for easier communication with those who had passed on. The séances took place in various locations throughout the ship, each chosen for its alleged paranormal significance. Stateroom B340, the first-class swimming pool and the engine room, all rumoured to be hotspots of paranormal activity, were among the chosen sites. As the psychics sat in a circle, holding hands and focusing their energy, the atmosphere grew thick with anticipation. The air seemed to crackle with unseen energy, the temperature fluctuating as if responding to an unseen presence. Whispers, disembodied voices, and strange noises were reportedly heard, sending shivers down the spines of those present. Whether these phenomena were genuine manifestations of the paranormal or simply the power of suggestion, the séances aboard the Queen Mary left an indelible mark on the ship's haunted legacy. Whispers from the ether. Voices from beyond the grave. Among the tools of the paranormal investigator's trade, none is more evocative, more capable of sending chills down the spine than the EVP recorder. This unassuming device, designed to capture faint sounds and voices often inaudible to the human ear, has become synonymous with ghost hunting, its recordings offering tantalizing glimpses into the realm of the unseen. And it is aboard the Queen Mary, where the whispers of the past seem to echo through the corridors, that EVP recordings have taken on a particularly haunting quality. Countless hours of EVP recordings have been made aboard the Queen Mary, their contents ranging from the mundane to the deeply unsettling. Whispers, moans, disembodied voices calling out names, and even snippets of what sound like conversations have been captured. Their origins a source of endless debate and speculation. Some recordings, when played back, reveal faint voices whispering names. John, William, Sarah, names that correspond to those who met their demise aboard the ship. Their voices seemingly reaching out from beyond the grave, seeking acknowledgement or perhaps offering a warning. Other recordings are more chilling, capturing what sound like screams, cries for help, and even threats, their intensity sending shivers down the spines of even the most hardened skeptic. A majestic legacy, forever haunted. The Queen Mary rests in her watery grave, her once gleaming hull now weathered by time and tide, her grand spaces transformed into silent reminders of a bygone era. She is a vessel frozen in time, a floating museum that speaks of both human ingenuity and human frailty. Her story is written not just in steel and rivets, but in the countless lives that she touched, the journeys she undertook, and the tragedies she witnessed. From the bustling shipyards of Clydebank to the sun-drenched shores of Long Beach, the Queen Mary's journey has been one of transformation, adaptation, and ultimately acceptance of a fate far different from the one envisioned by her creators. She's more than a retired ocean liner. She's a repository of memories, a silent witness to history, and a vessel seemingly unable to escape the ghostly tendrils of her past. The Queen Mary is a paradox, a place where the grandeur of the past collides with the unsettling mysteries of the present. She is a place where one can sip champagne in a luxurious Art Deco lounge, imagining the glamorous gatherings of yesteryear, and then moments later feel a chill down their spine as they walk through a darkened corridor, the air thick with the weight of unseen presences. The Queen Mary's legacy is forever intertwined with the paranormal. The stories of hauntings as much a part of her identity as the luxurious accommodations and the tales of wartime bravery. She is a place where the veil between the living and the dead seems to thin, where the whispers of the past mingle with the sounds of the present, creating an atmosphere of both enchantment and unease. The allure of the unknown, where history meets the paranormal. The Queen Mary stands as a testament to the enduring human fascination with the unknown. She is a place where history and the paranormal converge. The whispers of unseen presences send shivers down our spines. Why are we so drawn to places like the Queen Mary? Perhaps it is the thrill of the unknown, or maybe it is the connection we feel to the past. Whatever the reason, the Queen Mary continues to draw visitors from around the world.